Right, welcome back. I'm on to my second video of the year already, and that's because I'm feeling super rejuvenated from my holiday. And on my holiday, I was actually so busy like the whole time doing raves. Raves are one of my absolute favorite things to do. A lot of common misconceptions about the rave is that it's all just about the substances or getting trashed and really intense loud music and pushing crowds, and that can actually be the case, but those aren't raves. Those are people that are still figuring out how to party. For me, raves are a epic outlet that has helped unlock a lot of different parts of myself that I never would have if I didn't discover going to raves. Now, the right kind of raves have all different kinds of music, really caring, nice people that are non-judgmental, and a lot of people expressing themselves visually and how dancing however they feel, how the music makes them move. People actually healing, a lot of healing things going on at these kind of festivals and raves. People don't realize dancing is actually a form of healing and moving things and energy through your body. It really does help. That's why it's been done by humans since we existed. And being in a place with this lesser judgment really helps you find that person who you are. When I first started going out to, say, the clubs, I remember sucking in my stomach, keeping my hair perfect, wearing uncomfortable heels and a dress that I had to hold down to dance in because that's what everyone else was doing. So I thought I had to as well. They were also drinking, which I really didn't like, but I just kept doing it because everyone else was, and that's what you're supposed to do to fit in. And little did I know that's not what you have to do. So I started realizing, like, oh, I don't have to do this anymore. You know what? I'm just gonna wear comfortable shoes and comfortable clothes. Actually, I don't really like this music at this place. I'm gonna find music that I like. You know what? I don't like alcohol. It tastes like shit. It makes me feel gross and out of control. I'm not trying to run away from myself. So I started changing and going out by myself. And this is when I first started discovering the difference between clubbing or raving or going out. Instead of like festivals and true doofing and raving with real other ravers. Of course, with any party, there's all different substances that can be used. But one of the main difference between going out and raves is alcohol is predominantly a thing with more commercial parties or clubbing, which everyone knows can cause people to do things that they wouldn't normally do. It gross behaviors, no spatial awareness, violence, theft, all these different things that people wouldn't normally do sober, or they might just alcohol kind of ruins their morals. Whereas if you are at more of like a rave, the predominant choices of substance are probably more along like lines of psychedelics, which a lot of people still have had bad experiences on, but if done safely and in a proper environment, a lot more people know nowadays that they actually are really helpful and help you become more in touch with yourself. I don't know who I would be without them, so definitely something to understand. Of course, there's still misuse of any kind of substance at these things, but the thing with raves, people are really looking out for each other and trying to avoid the overconsumption and really enjoying the space And that's one of the things that I've noticed about the proper raving, doofing communities. They actually really care about the person around them and their experience as well as their own. Where if you go to the clubs, each person really only cares about their experience and they don't care about anyone else's experience. Hence the shoving and the judgment. But first going to raves, I still was going to the more commercial ones, and I wanted to dress up. So I tried to do as much of that as I can without feeling too out of place. But I remember still when I first went out to them, I still only wore very basic stuff, even though I would love to have worn that stuff, but I was too afraid of what people thought of me. But slowly, each one that you go to, or a more well-rounded event, you start being able to express yourself that little bit more and that little bit more. Now when I go, I am happy to wear whatever I feel like, whatever that is. I don't have to worry so much anymore about what people think, especially because of the choice of event that I'm actually going to is totally different. Another incredible thing about raves and doofs is no one cares about your age. So a lot of people think that they get too old to do it and they can't go out anymore, but in the nice environment, it doesn't matter your age, it matters your vibe and your energy. So as long as you bring that and you're happy and kind and passionate, then that's actually what people are looking for in that environment. And in fact, they're happy because that's what they want to be doing when they're older, younger people, and they see that and are happy about it. Where I've seen it with my own eyes going out to a venue with more commercial music, people hating on my mum, who is the raddest bitch and is the sickest DJ. I don't understand, but I do, because people are closed-minded. With things like doofs and smaller festivals, they also have literal healing tents, places that you can go to release, to let go, perhaps cry, have somebody hold you and share genuine human connection, which is one of the main things missing from this day and age. And it is seriously healing. Even dancing, moving the energy through your body, allowing yourself to move exactly how the music makes you feel, is a genuinely healing thing. And the people are so kind and nice. It is healing in itself. And what you might notice on my latest videos posted from Orm. Now, an average commercial person might look at the crowd in that and think, oh, there wasn't that many people there. But there was. It's just that each person stands with space in between them so they can genuinely break it down and dance. And a lot of people even sit down on the sides. It doesn't mean that they're not enjoying it. You can hear their screams. I felt a better energy from that crowd than I have from a bigger crowd that aren't really listening, that are kind of just bopping and doing what they think is right at the times. If everyone else is doing it, it must be cool, right? But you can see at a festival like Orm that I just played, everyone is really moving how they feel and what makes them move. And that is also another really healing thing for people that are just learning to see that there's nothing wrong with that and it's not embarrassing. I remember last time I went to R&B, which is actually still a really good festival and I think a rite of passage for any young person. But yeah, there still is a lot of younger people that might have that judgment. And I remember dancing my ass off last time I went and actually getting a lot of weird looks because I was one of the only people genuinely dancing and not just bopping along to the music, which again, it's a rite of passage for younger people to learn about themselves. So there's no judgment towards them either because they're just figuring that out for themselves. But it is just funny to think about. Also, one of the main things that festivals have helped me achieve is a lot more confidence within myself. Because I've gone to them all around the world now by myself, you have to go out and meet people, talk to people, and dance with people. It really is something incredible for your confidence, especially doing it solo, number one, but even with friends, going out to different places that you wouldn't normally go really help build the confidence. And I think everyone should attend some sort of festival or rave at some point in their lives, even if it's not up your alley. It actually can be. There's so many different kinds these days. So maybe someone a little bit more introverted or not into super crazy music, there is a lot more mellow festivals, and that we are more healing orientated, more workshop orientated, what should be a great place to go to talk, to meet people. And yeah, it is scary, but something that is really beneficial. Even just one night instead of the full 3 days, usually they're 3 days. Or if you are somebody that's like still louder music, like going to a proper bush diff with that expression, and yeah, meeting different people, opening up your mind to different music, and yeah, even trying to do it with no substances, which I've done a lot, because you see everything in a different light, and looking after yourself properly through that experience too. So eating properly, going to these things, and a lot of the people at these things they eat and sleep properly, and so the behavior is better. Everyone does yoga in the morning and these kind of things. These are totally different spaces, and I definitely, if you want some sort of change in your life or build some confidence, I definitely recommend coming to a like rave or doof, because there is a totally different kind of community and really helps unlock a whole nother side of yourself that you might not even know you have. So I feel like with this kind of video, there's so much to talk about. I could just keep talking and talking, but I think it was good to just kind of like brush over the main points of why I think raving is so important. And yeah, if you have any more questions, definitely don't be afraid to ask. I'm always happy to accommodate. And if you ever want to go to a doof and you're in my town or anything, I'm always happy to hang out with people and meet new people. So don't be afraid to say hi. Thank you for watching again, and I'll see you next time.